myself Shaumak Mukherjee and welcome to Gatividhi. Imagine waking up to the news one fine morning that 30% of your total wealth has been wiped off. Your job has been temporarily shut down with no visibility of resuming things back to normal and ultimately leading to a decreasing levels of income. This is the scale of damage the COVID-19 pandemic has had an effect on the world. Over 10 trillion US dollars has been lost, which is almost 30% of the global income. Millions of jobs has been lost, and with no concrete vaccination in sight, one could easily argue the COVID-19 impact may last well over 18 months. Like most of the world, India has launched a nationwide lockdown, and the practice of hand sanitizers, masks, and social distancing are being implemented. The unorganized sector, which form a large part of the workforce earning rupees 150-200 rupees every day, has been largely impacted since the country launched a nationwide lockdown from 21st of March. So the question arises, where should we go ahead from now? How does the common man respond to such an unprecedented situation? Well, in order to understand that, let us look at some of the steps the government has been taking in order to reduce the effect on the economy. Number one, the fiscal stimulus package. The government has announced a 22 billion US dollars worth of stimulus package in order to help the micro, small and medium enterprises in order to help revive the companies which are on the verge of bankruptcy and improve the cash flow. Number two, bonds. The government on 13th of April announced that it will sell bonds worth of 4.88 trillion rupees in the next 6 months, which will result in a weekly cash flow of 45,000 crores in order to help fight the pandemic. Number three, the PM CARES. In order to provide relief in the light of current and unprecedented situation, the Prime Minister Care Fund was created on 28th of March. The money in this fund will be used for upgradation of healthcare facilities, relevant research and emergency responses. With over rupees 6,500 crores of donation in a week's time, the government hopes to provide a relief to this situation along with the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. In the backdrop of a strong forex reserve in order to support the rupee against the dollar and in a situation where the crude oil prices are at an all-time low due to a slump in global demand, the government may well be in its way to meet the objectives that it has stated. However, the government may well meet its objective if the following additional steps are taken in order to revive the economy. Number one, the stimulus package offered by the government should be used efficiently so that the unorganized workforce has money not only to pay off debts but also to provide for food at the same time. The package should lessen unemployment and improve cash flow in the hands of the common man, which might improve the situation a little bit. Number two, the money raised in the bonds should be used to help the Manrega workers, and a good coordination between the state and the central governments can ensure that the money is available and employment is available to even the most remotest parts of the country. This will require an efficient and good coordination between the central and state governments. Number three, empowering the states with the help of PM CARES and the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Only improving the current healthcare infrastructure and increasing the number of tests done in a rapid way might help in flattening the curve. Uniformity of testing in all states and in rapid numbers is the only way. The faster the curve is flattened, the quicker we can get out of this crisis. So does this mean that doing all of this means that things will get back to normal? Can we get back to the previous state of economy before the COVID-19 arrived? Well, that might not be entirely true. Given the fact that we are certainly looking at an economic crisis in the next 6 to 9 months, there are certain sectors which have seen a surge in demand and are likely to create more jobs as the pandemic pans out. Let us look at some of the industries which have the potential to create more jobs as the time comes. The number one on this list is the pharmaceutical industry. While everyone is trying their best to develop vaccines in record time, respirators, ventilators, hand sanitizers and mask producers have seen brisk business. With faster flow of information and usage of existing medicines for quarantine measures, the pharmaceutical industry will require an even larger network and a larger workforce as it tries to help the doctors and hospitals to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Companies like Sun Pharma and Alchem Labs have seen their stocks soar by over 30% in the last 1 month. Number two, online education. As schools and colleges remain shut during this lockdown, educational institutions have turned to digital platform in order to impart services. Services like Udemy and Upgrad are on the rise. These companies provide digital distance education where teachers can teach and students can learn so that students do not miss out on study even in the times of a crisis like this. Number three, remote conferencing services. As more and more corporates decide to give work from home to their employees in the current unprecedented situation, software companies are coming up with software such as WebEx, Zoom, and Google Apps Suites are being used extensively for meetings, conferencing purposes. This is to ensure business continuity at all times. These services are here to stay and are more likely to form a part of a broader corporate culture as people turn their homes into workplaces. Other potential sectors that might create jobs in both online and offline include streaming services such as Netflix and Amazon Prime, and the e-commerce industry such as Amazon and Flipkart, as more people prefer to stay indoors and use these services rather than going to crowded movie theaters or crowded marketplaces. The COVID-19 has vastly impacted on how the world works, and some of these changes are here to stay for the long term. But the most important thing here is public health. The more we follow the norms of social distancing, the more we use masks and hand sanitizers, the faster we flatten the curve, and the lesser the pressure we put on our healthcare infrastructure, the faster we get out of this crisis. What further changes can be expected in a post-pandemic economy in the country? Please let us know your views in the comment section below.